Hello. Welcome to Notes. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be here. This is a fun thing that I get to do. I actually really like doing notes like this. If you're new here, this is how I do notes. You would have gotten a taste of this with Thomas's notes from the run through, the stumble through. So let me kind of break it down how this is going to go. I'm going to give you a couple general notes at the top. I'm going to go through my notes for each song. They're very haphazard. So they might be a little all over the place because I was just writing in my notebook. And then we're going to go over some other things for other expectations that we're going to be setting and just like kind of giving you a rundown of like what to expect for the rest of the week. I'll tell you right now, I plan on coming tomorrow, Monday, and viewing the rest of the run through. I don't know when the run through will start. I will try and get there by start of run through, but I have work in the morning and I have an appointment in the afternoon. And then I will not be there Tuesday or Wednesday. And then I will try and be there as soon as possible on Thursday. As soon as possible. So yeah, that's what you can expect from me for the rest of Tech Week. You will get a video for the rest of the stumble through tomorrow night. And then, yeah, we'll go through some other things in just a second. Let's go through some general notes. The first thing is I think this is going to be a really great show. We just have a lot of work to do. That's not a fault of the show, of the people in the show. It's simply the matter of circumstance of here's where we're at. We've learned our material, but have we like comprehended it? Is it second nature to us? Can we just do the show like the back of our hands, right? Like we know it like the back of our hands. And that's where I think we need to get to. That's where I think our boosts need to be in order for us to really feel like good about it all around, you know? So as I flip to my notes, what I will say is that the biggest thing that I was impressed with wasn't even some of the dancing. It was the way y'all supported each other. I was not just getting questions asked to me that were very important and on topic for what we were doing. It was also, I was seeing you use each other as resources. I was seeing you taking time that you had when you weren't working with me or Thomas or anyone else to review your stuff and, you know, review singing, review this, review that. So really great job all around on that in that regard. Also, you all did a really good job today engaging, especially if you needed to be reminded to like, hey, let's lock in, let's focus up. You did a good job of being like, oh, right, and being there. Keep that up, keep using that and keep working that muscle. Because this was just one day. We got a long week ahead of us yet. And y'all got school. So we really got to try and make sure we stay engaged. Yep. And if we lose track, if we lose focus, getting back on track. Cool. So I'm going to be very detailed and I don't want to say I'll be very critical. There will be things I'm like critically detailed about, but it is only because I know what y'all are capable of, and I want to push you to get to a place where you feel really proud of your work. We all feel really proud of, you know, not just like the general, like, well, we did a show. It's like, I want you to feel like proud of every moment because you worked hard to get there. You know? Let's get started. Oh my god, you guys. So the freezes were a little just like, huh, I couldn't tell it was a freeze, and so it made me feel like a little like, what's going on? The run-on was really good. I would love some more like unique movement choice. Think about this number as like we just opened our energy drink cans, right? And that fizz and that bubble pop. Like, I want you to think about how that translates into movement. And this whole number needs it. This whole number is, we are excited, we are energized, right? So really think about that freeze of like, if I'm up and walking around and I'm like running in and I'm super excited, ha! Right? I want to hit whatever pose I'm in a really sharp way so that people can tell that we are like crafting something. You want to call attention to the thing we're doing, right? It's not just like, I'm gonna freeze. It's like, I'm gonna show you that I'm frozen. So really feel like, go sharper than you think you have to, right? Everything is cartoonish. Everything is big, 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 right? So this is the other problem too, is I'm actively trying to interpret my notes, so I apologize. Okay, my trio, when you are in your triangle and you have your first 3 solos, when you start singing, because y'all aren't frozen for some of it, I want you to call attention that you're writing now. I'll just use Allie's as an example because it's the second one, where we have Dear El Honey Mazel Tov. It's not there's so many things happening on the stage all right away at the beginning of the number, and people are just seeing you on stage for the first time. It's really important that you call attention, like, I'm speaking now. So whether that's a big, right, like, Dear El, or like you're speaking it first, Dear El Honey Mazel Tov, it's big and it's like, I'm the one talking now. That goes for everyone, right? We gotta rehearse and work the rises, spin, and head, right? That's our first little bit. This number has to look pretty clean, you know, in the same level of like the cleanness that we have for like positive. So when we have that, I just wish I could be there, or are you psyched or what? Are you psyched or what? I just wish I could be there to see when he gets down, or excuse me, see, back up. Are you psyched or what? I just wish I could be there to see when he gets down on one knee. You can tell that in the counts. It's, are you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, and 4, gets down. Excuse me. Gets down on one knee. Yeah? Great. Oh, the first, oh my God, you guys. Whoa! This is carpet. The first, oh my God, you guys, oh my God, it doesn't look like a heart right now. So it either isn't a heart and we just clump tighter together, or we take the time to measure it out. I'm going to leave it to your discretion. If it's like that's one more thing to do that I don't want to worry about, fine. Just make it a clump then. And we can focus on the other one being a heart. If we do want to perfect that, and you can take the time to do it, let's do it. But that's low priority on our work list. I'm just saying it's not a heart right now. So make it tight or make it a heart. Also remember to pop up. I think the big thing is at the beginning of this first stumble through, like we are just losing a lot of our details. And you've worked so hard on the details that I need you to practice them more so they feel second nature. Because there's moments where it's like, oh my gosh, that was perfect, you've got it. But then it goes unrehearsed for like weeks, days, weeks. And we don't have time to build it back up every time we run it. So again, those are the moments where you watch the videos and you work through with a partner to make sure that you're hitting those details. Okay? Pony. Is there a pony in this? I don't know if there's a pony in here. What does burst out mean? Oh, there is a pony, and we missed it, except for Allie remembered it at the very end. I don't know if anybody else remembered at the end of this, so Allie was the one I saw. Oh my God, oh my God, you guys, yeah? Oh my God, you guys, looks like Gal's gonna win the prize, shut up, or shh. If there ever was a perfect couple. Remember? We were late on diagonal too. So when we go, and you guys were getting used to passing the cards, right? Again, that's something that I want you to focus on. Like, if the pile isn't completely perfect, that's fine. But I would rather just get it going through, because once we get to like halfway of the passing of the cards, my eyes start to drift back to the people without the cards, because I'm like, okay, what are they doing now? So we need to make sure we pass them fast. You did pretty good this time, but then we forgot to move our diagonal. We have a full 8 count to do that. Lose the gum, Kate, you look like the maid. Now prepare to say, no. You look like the maid. Now prepare to serenade. Hold on. Look like the maid. Sorry. Now prepare to serenade. Shh. So we have a whole 8 count for that. So start on now prepare. Then the burst out looks really sloppy. I'm sorry. Again, it's the problem of when people are singing, I can't figure out who's singing because we're not calling attention to it. But the burst out needs to be so big. And then if you are soloing, you have to pull focus in the biggest way. You have to be the biggest, like, attention snob. And do whatever it takes. That burst out has to just be so big, so fast, right? And you can use up that entire stage. I think right now we're just like, well, I walk here and then I stop here. And you do, I think you're all trying to hit a mark of like, well, I practiced moving here and then I stay here. Play around with the space. Play around with the space, right? It's like we want it to feel mingly. We want it to feel big and larger than life, right? I want you to do a little bit of soul searching on that number. Just think for a little bit about like, what is my motivation for bursting out here? Like, am I gonna listen over here? Am I trying to like look around and tell people, you know, like, hey, listen to me just like right now? I just need you to think about what that looks like. There are too many people on one side of the pyramid, on one side of the triangle for tutting. I looked at it and I was like, why are there 7 people over here and 5 people over here? Is it because someone got cut for the number? Because I need y'all to clump up for sure. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. I need y'all to even that out. That would be a job for, you know, like working through like, okay, we need to make sure that you're on this side, or like I need this person to switch over in order to make it look even. Also, this is what I was talking about just a second ago. No clump. I didn't get a clump until you were sort of ponying over. Again, I think we're not rehearsed enough for this number yet, where it comes as second nature. So I need you to work that, where we're no longer saying what's next. Okay? Make sure that we clump up on no man can supersede. We have 8 counts to do our pageant walk to the other side. Still in your hour of need, let it be understood. We're still in a diamond. We're still in a triangle. We've just switched sides. Then we clump up on no man can supersede our sacred bond of sisterhood. I'm really losing like all of that choreo. And no, that's not where our standard is at. So please make sure that you are looking and being very specific about this number, because it's not super combo. But things fall in really specific areas, and when there isn't choreo, I am like not feeling much acting energy. I'm feeling really anxious actor energy, or really like anxious like in our heads energy. And I know we can make sure we're not there. Okay? Especially not for the first number. More freaking out on the sisterhood. Oh my god. You guys, he's not here, right? Then I need the clump to like way tighten, especially for like the bruiser whole moment, because right now it just looks really odd. And I wonder too, I think I want that clump to move a little bit more center, not like so crazy, but it will also help Brooklyn if we're a little bit more, not much, but just a little bit more towards stage left, because it's going to drastically help us clearing the way for her. I need that specificity on these little simple moves, right? Because it makes all the difference. Oh my god, you guys. Fashion crisis to supervise, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, down and up, right? It's that simple. And if we simplify it in our own heads, right, it will help us then get sharper. Okay. Two things about the run. The runoff with the like hand holding. It looks so Reading Rainbow, it's insane. Because everybody's like, oh shoot, this is when we grab hands. Okay, I gotta make sure my hands are grabbed, and then we go. I honestly am like this close to cutting the hands and you just running off. But I want to see if we can salvage it with like lots of urgency. I want you to, but here's the thing. I know it sounds counterintuitive. I do not want you to look at anybody's hands when you try and grab them. If you don't grab one, oops, you start running, right? If somebody grabs your hand and then you're going, like, it needs to have, I honestly, like, yeah, start running and then grab hands. I think that's the actual instinct, to like run and then go. Because if it's like oh my god, it doesn't read. But if we're like running and then we're like, oh my god, like it has to be like we're singing oh my god a million times, a million. So the more you say something, the less impact it has, unless you give it extra urgency. Urgency. That's the name of the game. When Serena comes in and is like, there she is, be right on her heels. Right on her heels. I think also too, like we do a lot of clumping in this number too, so use that to your advantage to have that like anxious energy. Are you looking over someone's shoulder? Are you like crouching down like, hi, oh my gosh? Use your moments of no choreo to act, right? There should not be a moment of stillness unless it's a pose, right? An energy drink has no moment of stillness. Yeah, that's the big thing. I was like, why are we just walking and standing? Also, when we do the so help me dress from my fairy tale, I see so many people that are just going, just shuffle, just walking. It's like everything has to be like the only word I can think of is sassy, which is like yes, but like everything has to be a strut. Delta News don't walk, they strut, right? So help me dress from my fairy tale. You are in like bubblegum music video heaven, right? I don't want to show this, but I have to. I was bored. I was really bored in most of the shop. And I hate to say it, but I think it was just because, like, I needed these girls to come in and, like, liven the space up, right? I need bits. I need movement, right? We'll tell you if it's pulling focus, but right now, it's an eyesore, and I hate that. And I know you hate that. So please, every moment, let it be, it is either a punch, like a swift move, like, or it has like the controlled confidence of, got it. I'm picking through these clothes. What do we want? It's like exaggerated. So please, go further than you think you need to with everything. Also, this is the thing of like, the more you practice this and the more you get the idea of like what comes next out of your head, the easier it will be to move through all of this in character. Please be in character, right? So please rehearse yourself enough, basically, in order to make sure that that does happen. Cool. So can y'all, like, everybody's doing this stuff, and then Courtney comes in with the dress, and it's like, right, with a half loop stitch on China silk, and then all of a sudden, you guys are like, oh my god, you guys. I need, like, a listening. I need, like, a lean in. Like, oh, that's funny. I'm listening in. This is right. There's more motivation, right? Once you hear Elle being like laying the seeds of like, yeah, but you can't use a half loop stitch on China silk, it'll pucker. And you didn't just get this in because I saw it in last May's Vogue. Like those are things of like, you are going to help the audience with that joke by listening in and being like, you know what's going on, and we need reactions to that too in order for your aside to really read. Also, I don't want you singing it towards each other of the, oh my god, you guys. I want you singing it straight out to the audience. Do do do, oh my god, you guys. Look back at your stuff. Elle saw right through that salesgirl's lies. Then you approach. Okay? This is throughout a lot of the songs, honestly. But I need you to sing out. And I think we talked a little bit about this of like, please use your diaphragm. Please use your healthy belts. Your please use your voice, and make sure you're matching the tone of the show, because the movement will inform the vocals and the vocals will inform the movement. It's reinforcing feedback. This is a problem I've seen throughout the entire show. I need you all to cheat out, even in scenes, right? I see a lot of people upstaging themselves. So please, 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 as much as you can, out to audience, right? Even when we fixed it, we still need to run faster towards those racks, right? It is like, oh my god! It's like, get those out of there, because it's really for your benefit. If you're out there sooner, you have more time to catch your breath and grab your card. Cards. Let's make sure we have someone designated, whether that's Abby or if we need a couple people to hand out those cards to make sure you have them. Yeah? Cass, I want to just check in with you about the Calypso and see if we can just find a time to make sure that we can like get that on the stage. Even just like if we have the other Delta News that are at the point of the heart. The point of the heart looked good. My Delta Trio and Elle and Bruiser, the ending part of Let's Go Home Before Someone Cries, all of that can still be sharper and tighter. I'd like you to do it in a mirror if possible, so that you can see how big it needs to be to really like feel electric still, because we have bodies going off, which means that you now need to compensate and keep it big at the end until those folks come back on, right? To keep that momentum going. Okay, that's oh my god, you guys, notes. What you want. Elliot, throughout so many of these numbers, was giving like a master class on getting us primed and prepped to a good musical number, right? And this was my first huge moment where I was like able to clock in for a second to what Elliot was doing, and I was immediately hooked because she was in character as Elle. They were telling the story and going beep bop boop boop boop. And yes, we had like structured some of it, but Elliot said, "I'm taking it and I'm running with it." That was like the beginning of What You Want was really good. The line crossing, I didn't really get a good look at it, I'll be honest, but it almost pulled too much focus with my girls like in the front, and then I don't know if it was just because it was messy or like our focal points weren't great, but I want to look at it again because I will be honest, I was like, what's going on there? And I wasn't really able to pay attention to the front line. And, yeah. Allie, you caught this because I saw it in your face that you were catching this, but honestly, this whole thing of the the walking around, it looked pretty good. I needed to smooth out so that you're not saying what's next in your head. Make sure that you're going upstage of L to do that, like, figure 8 moment. Kira, I need... Kira, that is what I'm talking about with, like, the level of comedy we're doing, right? The no, everyone in the audience looked at each other and cackled, because that's what we're looking for. The entire show, that's the energy, right? When you suddenly burst into that, and also Allie and Brenna, your reactions to her helped sell that of like, whoa. Everything needs to be there. Everything needs to be at that 10, right? So push more things there. Kira, that's a great moment. I want to see more of that from Margot as a character. Great job, Ruby, on your solo for that moment, but I do need it to be connected to what the trio is doing. So trio, I don't know if you need to stay there for that first D or D, then you start walking. Once it's disconnected, it doesn't make sense for just Kate to be doing it. You know what I mean? So I need that all together until you start walking, and then Kate, I need you to focus on the acting it with L. Logan and Campbell, I think you are doing a really great job. I think it was just like a little like, felt just a little like rushed, like, oh, like, okay, we're here now. I just don't think you had time to like sink your teeth into the scene. I want you to play towards each other more. I want you to play as scene partners more. I see you act like talking to Elle. I see you talking a little bit to the audience, and that's both of you. I want to see more of you two because you're a couple. You're Elle's mom and dad. Like, that's a team. And they're so goofy and silly that I want them to react more with each other, right? It doesn't have to be like we're hugging the entire time. It just has to be like rest the hand on the shoulder. Oh, honey, blah, 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 right? People will find that really endearing, I think. Campbell, can you take a sip of your drink, at least one? I think you have a really great way of selling the Birkin bag line, because you're just like, you're not trying to be so outrageous, but you're like, how about a nice Birkin bag? Yeah. And so I want to see you playing with, even if it's like you're going to take a drink and then you never get to it, or something, but like, because you have a prop, use it to your advantage. That prop, a drink, tells you a lot about a character. If it's in their hands constantly, if it's the only time that you see them, that's a defining character trait, right? Same thing with, like, if I had a sword in a play, even if I never use it, that defines me, right? So this drink, it defines her. The golf club, it defines him, right? Also remember, when you walk off, like, I want you to be a little bit more closer together through this whole thing. And then remember the parent dance off. Make the grade, and it's paid. Oh, honey. Yeah, you know, make it old, but make it funny. Can they solo? Don't know what that means. We'll figure it out. We were a little bit late on the actual moving to spring break. Things look good, but here's one of my first moments of many throughout the show, not just for Delta News, for everybody. That's really, 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 really important. You gotta get nasty with it. You gotta get messy and weirdo and creepy and gross. Here's why. The thing that makes a lot of this show funny is incongruity. What I mean by that is, like, sweet cutie pie girly pops getting crazy, right? That is, like, incongruous to each other. They don't, like, the idea of someone so, like, pretty and beautiful and stereotypically just being, like, weirdos. That doesn't match logically, right? And we're talking in big, broad paint strokes. But that playing the weirdo while being this character, that's where comedy lives, right? I want you to go there. I've given you, especially in spring break, I've given you train tracks. I want you now to, like, go so hard on those train tracks that you could fall off. You won't, but you could. Does that make sense? Everything is looking very polite during spring break. It's like, don't you want to be stuck inside your dorm? Even the Dougie, don't you want... It's so nice. And I don't want nice. This is, like, where we really see them go crazy, 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 crazy for the first time. So take what I've given you. I want you to review it, because a lot of it looked like, again, guesswork. It needs to be second nature. You can't keep saying what comes next, right? And I want you to just go. I just want you to go crazy, right? Like, think about... Here's the thing, too. Don't even think about so much putting yourself in a college headspace of, like, we're going to spring break. I want you to pretend you're 8 and you just had 3 Shirley Temples, or you've had 2 root beer floats and one of those ices, and you are seeing your first dance floor ever at, like, your third grade graduation, or, you know, like, your whole class won a pizza party right before Christmas break, and you are just sugared up on soda, and you've, like, even reached that point of you've drank so much sugar and you've, like, you're so crazy and stuff, but you're also, like, sloppy with it, right? I want you to think about that. Like, yes, there's the idea of being in college and being drunk or being whatever. That's fine, and that's the story we're telling at face value. You don't have to use that for your inspiration, because let's be real, it's not a real thing for you. It's not something that you've experienced. You have experienced being little, being on, like, a sugar rush or a sugar high, and everything is so fun. Everything is so fun, and you're just riding this, like, euphoria. So it's like the idea of, like, there are no rules and regulations. I'm gonna drink soda, and I'm going to run around on this dance floor, and I'm gonna try and do what the adults are doing. Use that. I want to see what happens when you do that with the number. Yeah, we're just walking. I need way more than walking. Yep. If I've given you walking, and if I've given you the impression that I just want walking, I'm sorry. If you're gonna step, it needs to be big, right? Allie, let's connect about those poses. We just never got there with what you want to be stuck inside your dorm. What you want. You're doing great, and if that feels fine, that feels fine. I would like to incorporate those poses if we can. It's also low priority. So, moving through some of my notes to get to Invasion. I didn't get a whole lot for Invasion because we were working with Figgy. Oh, I'm so messy. I'm sorry. Okay, here's my biggest note for Invasion. And you guys are doing a really good job of adjusting it to the apron, except for the fact that I really need you guys to go more downstage, right? This is one of those few moments in the show where we have to play as far front as possible, as far down as possible. So everything, every formation needs to play at least a step more forward. Here's a note to Elle. You're leading the conga line back and you're doing your move here. Can I have you make sure that you fill that space, that space in center between the counselors and the Delta News, right? Right now you're still glued to them. I need a little bit of separation at that point. And if it helps Delta News to like take a step back, like, oh girl, we're in trouble. Please do that. This is another one where I'm like, I really need y'all to sing out. Keep in mind, Brittany won't be able to see this number probably until this number and anything we did on Sunday, probably until Tuesday-ish. So, like, I'm just going to give you, like, what I think would be a note she would approve of. Because, again, we go so in tandem with dancing and singing. Breathe. Use your diaphragm. Use your belly to sing. It's fine. And really remember the era we're in and use your excitement and your emotion to fuel your singing, right? I'd rather hear the words and it sound a little nasty than and hear a little bit of your phlegm or like hear a little bit extra nasal than me hearing just like you trying to use your choral technique for musicals. There are lots of interchangeable things and there are lots of things that don't translate. And one of the things is you're dancing and going crazy in a big pop number. It's just not translating. I can barely hear what's going on. If I didn't know this show as well as I did, I'd be like, what are they saying? You know? Okay. Then we are now on to Blood in the Water. Allura will connect for the accent a little bit more later this week. Faster entrance. Kaden on, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you can or do will be used against you. It should really feel, again, that we're back in this note of like, I need you to, I need you to get to the point with you've rehearsed it enough, practice in your head, where it comes as second nature, where you're not going, wait, what's next? We need to be past that. We're at Tech Week. We need to be past that for everyone. I think, Kaden, for me, the biggest thing that I'm losing is your face during the number, and I want you to be more out when you do it. I really still need you to think about, like, the lecture of it all, and sending that energy more to the audience. It will still read what you're doing, even if it's not directed always at like the students in your classroom. Yeah, I'm seeing just a lot of like head down or head sideways, and I'm losing a lot of your acting here, right? And I want that because Callahan is one of those more controlled characters. So my eyes are gonna go more to seeing what are you doing with your face. You know what I mean? Class, you were doing a really good job of this, especially at the beginning, but don't lose this throughout the whole number. Everybody should be like, I'm listening. I'm only gonna look down to type, but I'm really enthralled. Like, you see how I'm like, if I'm typing, it's never more than like, if I'm looking down, I'm like really not trying to lose him. The circle I'm missing a little bit of the like, our topic is blood in the water, like especially the first half of it. milk it. Milk it so hard. Mav, when you get called on, Aaron Schultz, like, make it cartoon. Make it so cartoon. I know you can pop up fast. And then Caden, I think you were just having a hard time remembering the words. That's totally fine. Again, I need you more open to the audience when you do this stuff. Here's the thing about a narcissist or a manipulator. They spin their web and they only look at you when they don't look at you they only look at you to make sure that you're still in the web, and then they keep painting the picture, right? So you're painting this picture of but he said that he would save it, but he spent it on prostitutes and heroin and porn. Like, all of that is being painted outward. You're performing, right? And then you grab him and put him in the chair. Can Claire and Campbell, can you pop up on the system works? Look for the blood in the water. Overall, I need all three of you, Caden, Claire, Campbell, to really play the jazz, play the syrupy, play the Fosse. And then Caden, because I still want to see that picture of them like flirting with Aaron Schultz. When you hit to blood in the water, immediately truck as they're spinning in to your like stage right spot. To your scruples are a flaw. Also, Caden, this is a good note for you. I want you to play way more downstage than you currently are. I think right now you're playing it a little bit safe with being like in the confines of the diagonal, like the benches and stuff. This is Callahan's classroom, every square inch of it. And I want you to play as far down as you can while feeling still tethered to the scene, of course. But yeah, really play those dimensions. Even when you're grilling a student, like, you have all of this space to play. And don't upstage yourself. Don't upstage yourself. Especially when you're speaking. Enid, please make sure that you did a good job of this. When you go in the seat, and then you're getting, make sure Caden to really lean in for when they see that your emotions make you weak. And Sophie, as soon as you hear weak, dart back to your seat. Right? I think it looked good. I was just honestly looking at Caden while this was happening, but the typing, can I have y'all work that before the next time you run it, of the like the leans in. The head shake was really good, and I actually believe the combo of the blood in the water was pretty good. But let's watch the video and just run from this part to da look at L. That will be, I think, yeah, good. I think it's like almost to the point where I'm like, ooh, this is really, really good. I think right now I just need it to move a little bit more as a unit, this whole second half of the number. I need it to move like a unit. Split chair. What's that mean? What's that mean, Caitlin? I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. Yeah, I really don't. Sorry. Everything from the point of laptops getting in stuff. Yeah, keep practicing just getting those on as soon as possible. I know that sometimes props can be sucky and like, it's like, come on, get in the bag. while you're off stage before the number, or, you know, like when you have 5 minutes of time, just practice like how long it takes and how short and smooth you can get it of getting your laptop back in your bag. Oh, this is a question. This is a question comment. Are we still stepping on the benches and over them? If not, let me know. But I still want that if that hasn't changed. And I think the only better person who tried to do it was JJ. And he was like, what's going on? And then he was a little bit late because he was like, what's going on? Is nobody else doing this? Yeah. I really want you to... I really want there to be time to rehearse the transition of it all, just because, you know, it's a big thing, and we rehearsed so long without benches, without these things, and we want to get it on time to the number, and the only way we know how to do that is repetition. So find that time to work, right? Yeah, the whole end of blood. Also, truth be told, there's stuff that I haven't seen since Thomas helped revise the ending. So I want to see blood. I want to try and work blood, but if I'm not able to be in the room, I just want you to like focus on that. Positive, I'm not going to give too many notes on just because we worked so hard on it today. Luckily we have a video for this. We also have a video for the end of Invasion. I really, 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 really want you first to focus on these 3 things: your formations and your switches, your transitions, especially my trio. Like, I need you to make sure that those like switches are super clean. The homework for positive specifically, a lot of things, but especially positive, is I need you to watch a live video. Pick your poison. I recommend either Touch or Internet Girl of Cat's Eye. And I want you to watch the transitions that they do. They're very specific and they're very clean, right? And I want you to watch the people that switch really like far and see how they move their body and how they conceal a hard transition with timing it correctly. And yeah, I want you to see the smoothness and cleanness of that. So that's your homework of watching them do it live, of like them performing Touch or Gabriella or whatever, or Game Boy, like any of those will work. But that's like a big thing that I want you to see. I need you to, there's no more doing this number without singing with it, right? You have to practice your words. You have to practice your words. I see you doing it, but right now it's just not, we haven't done it enough, right? So I'm giving you the note of like, hey, you need to push yourself to do it every single time. And then I want you to practice your energy and your breathing. Just because I know you can do it. It was so clean this past afternoon. And in the evening, we lost a lot of it. And we already talked about this, so I'm not going to give that many notes on all of it. What I will say, though, as soon as Elle joined the mix, we got an energy boost. I'm not saying it was, like, we still need to be much cleaner, but we got that energy boost from the numbers. So I'm very, very happy about that. Elliot really set the bar tonight for a lot of things, and a lot of people did. But I have to give my first big flower to Elliot. Just like really set the bar for where we need to be, for energy, for character, for cleanliness, for this show. You can tell that Elliot's working every single day. A lot of people, I can tell that as well. This is just the first person that I'm shouting out. So those are the notes that I have, because then I didn't have anything more to do notes on. In general, let's just recap. I'm way back here now. Fun. We need more reps. You have 4 more days until this goes in front of an audience. And I said this to my Delta News earlier, and I want to make sure everyone hears it. You don't get your reps in anymore in Tech Week unless it's a full show, right? You don't get to rerun things a million times. You don't get the practices for, an hour or so with me in the choir room much anymore. We'll get that to a couple more numbers, perhaps. Otherwise, it's like you have to be a little bit more self-sufficient for, creating, doing what you need to do to create the, to fill the gap between where we're at with a lot of numbers and a lot of moments of crap, what's next? Oh, shoot. Okay, I'm here. And kind of half guessing and looking around to make sure that you're doing the right thing. To the point of everything comes second nature. I know what I'm doing, and even if I make a mistake, I'm gonna own it times a million. Yeah? So I need a lot more character, and I need a lot more humor, if I'm being completely honest, in our movement and in our acting of the song and the dance. This show is fun, and so much of that comes from the humor and the wittiness and the intelligence of the show. It gives you a lot of room to play, so I want you to play it. Like, have fun, and the more reps you get, the more fun you'll get to have, because you have the freedom of knowing you're solid, you got it, right? I know that you can have it because we clean it and then it's really, really good, and then you lose the repetition, right? So you have to glue it in your head this week. And I think just energy too, and faces, that's the other thing I wanted to say. I'm losing a lot of face, and I don't want anybody's face card to decline in the acting department. So that made me sound 58. I want you to really, really, really push your facial expressions, even if it feels a little too exaggerated and feels like a little too much. We'll tell ya if it's too much. It's not enough right now. Okay, push it further. Since you've made it this far, you now get a code word. The code word, or the code phrase, you're gonna come up to me sometime, and you're gonna tell me what caffeinated beverage you would be in real life. Because we talked about a lot about our characters, and I want you to think about who you would be in real life, and then I want you to come tell me bonus points if you also come up with one for your character, or one of your characters in your track, right? And then I will tell you mine. And the key to this is you do not tell anybody what mine is, okay? I'm not going to tell you what mine is in real life. You're going to find out tomorrow. And then that will be your secret, okay? If everybody does it, everybody will know it. If everybody watched notes, then they'll know it. And then near the end of the day, I'm going to ask you all in front of everybody at closing, what am I? What caffeinated beverage am I? And then I will know who did it and who didn't, okay? We've added a layer this year. Sorry, that was really convoluted, but I hope you understand. I am also going to send probably tomorrow night in notes. You will also get your lift call of like who's called for lift call and trick call, who is leading what, and how that goes and different things like that. I would also love, if possible, if we can do some warm-ups, like either on the stage while, you know, Thomas is talking to us, right? Maybe after attendance, if we can stretch or something like that. That's just brainstorming, but I want us to be able to at least stretch and warm up together and see if we can't focus on, like, I really want y'all to kind of almost like make yourselves a work list of what you know you need to work on. Right? Take these notes, take what you noticed, take what you were feeling really insecure or anxious about, and work it. If you're not certain, if you're not sure, remember, use 3 people before you ask me, because you will probably find the answer before you ask me. Of course, I'm here to help you. Make no mistake. But I'm also helping out everybody else with their choreo, right? So see if you can do it on your own, then it might be one less thing off your plate. That's what I have. I'm going to bed. You go to bed. Watch through this as much as you can in all of this, and look at this, me scooting back. That's crazy. It's fun hanging, fun chatting. I know this is really long, but do your best to watch through all of this. And thank you for being so dedicated to the process. Continue to push yourselves in a healthy way. Continue to take care of yourselves. And walk that line in balance. Okay? Take a deep breath. You are capable of this. You are capable of great things. Okay? Bye!